Is Christmas coming earlier and earlier each year? Certainly feels like it, doesn't it? Hi folks, Robert Lowell Gollard here, and thank you for joining me on the Roycroft campus for our weekly chats about local history. It's called Christmas Creep, and a lot of people have been writing about it, talking about it in the past couple decades. And it's the idea that the Christmas season is actually extending earlier and earlier, back into November, even October before Halloween. And I've been thinking about it a little more specifically recently with some of the research I've been doing. And is it actually true? Is it true that the Christmas season is extended? And the simple answer to the question is yes. And the reason I've been thinking about this question more recently is I've done a little research, and my most recent East Aurora Advertiser monthly newspaper column was about the first ceremony to light a Christmas tree in East Aurora with electric bulbs, and it was quite exciting back in 1914, and it occurred on a pine tree, 35-year-old large pine tree here on the Roycroft campus back in 1914. It was one of probably the earliest ones in the country, in the world even, and thanks to the connections of Elbert Hubbard and his ability to have people who knew about electricity, they were able to hook up this electrical Christmas tree right here on the Roycroft campus. But it got me to thinking, because that ceremony, that tree lighting ceremony, that first year in 1914 and subsequent years, they had one at the Methodist Church, then back here at the Roycroft campus, those ceremonies occurred on Christmas Eve, and the Christmas tree was lit between Christmas and New Year's. And today, if you were to say we were going to light a community Christmas tree on Christmas Eve, everyone would think, what was taking you so long? We light our Christmas trees late November, early December, first week of December at the very latest. The idea of waiting till Christmas Eve to light a Christmas tree would be a foreign concept today. So I've been thinking about that timing of the Christmas season and how we view it differently. Second reason I was thinking about this is, I don't know about the rest of you, but this first week of December after Thanksgiving, I always feel like I'm behind schedule. That you see all these Christmas decorations going up, you see pictures of people's Christmas decorations, especially on social media, and you feel like, oh my goodness, I'm so far behind schedule. We just decorated our Christmas tree at home last night, and we're just finishing the Christmas decorations and getting the Christmas cards out. But it feels like I'm way behind schedule, when in fact Christmas is not for another couple weeks. And I just was wondering, is it just us today that feels like we're behind schedule, or is it have people always felt this way? And the simple answer to the question is yes. The Christmas season is much longer today than it's ever been before. And it's not just anecdotal, it's not just a feeling that we have. If you look back in the actual record of Christmases in a small town like East Aurora, even nationwide, you'll see that the Christmas season was much, much shorter back, especially before World War II, but even into the 50s and 60s, and it slowly creeped, that Christmas creep they talk about, of a much longer Christmas season. So it certainly feels like that Christmas is a much longer season today. It feels like it, but it's also based on fact. Yes. So while researching the stories, the more recent research that I have done, I have found some interesting things. Back before 1950s, 1960s, the Christmas season was not as long. Today, we put up our Christmas decorations sometimes in mid-November. The municipal Christmas decorations seem to go up in mid-November, even before Thanksgiving. But back in the 1950s and 60s, Main Street's Christmas decorations here in East Aurora and in other small towns were not put up until the first week or second week of December. I looked back in the East Aurora Advertisers, and it's quite interesting. In 1951, residents were urged, there was a contest to urge residents to decorate their homes, and the local committee that was in charge of it said they encouraged people to decorate their homes before December 16th, which to me seemed really late, because if you're not decorating your house today until December 16th, you seem way behind schedule, right? But they had to encourage residents to make sure that their decorations were up a week before Christmas, not a month before Christmas. 1952, there was a big effort in the early 1950s for Christmas decorations in East Aurora, and there was a large star on the top of the Griggs and Ball building where Taste is today, and Griffin Gastropub, that building. And an article about that was talking about this new, in 1952, they were doing a very large Christmas star that many of you might remember on the top of that old grain mill building. And the newspaper articles had indicated that on Thanksgiving they were still building the star, and they didn't even put it up until the first or second week of December. 1953, the lights were turned on Main Street's Christmas decorations on December 4th, full week after Thanksgiving. 1966, there was a little problem because some housewives in town realized that there were no Christmas decorations, so they made an effort to put some up, but they weren't even turned on in 1966 till December 13th. So long story short, our municipal Christmas decorations are up much earlier than they were back in the 1950s and 60s and even before that. Christmas trees, very interesting. They used to be, as I was researching Christmas trees, and especially the electrified Christmas trees, they didn't go up in late November. They were a part of Christmas, and in fact many Christmas parties the week before Christmas included a Christmas tree, and you would go to the party with the expectation that you would help decorate the tree. It was an activity of the party. It wouldn't already be decorated. Many families waited till Christmas Eve to decorate the tree, much like the community Christmas tree had the lighting on Christmas Eve. You would wait till you came home to decorate the tree as a family on Christmas Eve. So this idea of rushing around to get a Christmas tree in early December, and if you don't have it up before mid-December, you're really late. That idea is fairly new. Back in the going through the 1950s and 60s, people waited a little bit longer. So those are some of the local reasons why it's not just a feeling that we can say for sure that Christmas is a much longer extended season. We get a much earlier start on it today, but there's evidence nationwide, even worldwide. In Britain, if you read some articles about it, there's an effort to shorten the Christmas season in some parts of England. They feel like their Christmas season is too long. But you just have to, I stumbled upon a YouTube video of the White House Christmas tree being delivered and shown off at the White House. And there was one from Nancy Reagan in the 1980s where she was accepting delivery of the Christmas tree. They bring the big Christmas tree out in front of the White House. And Nancy Reagan accepted the 1985 Christmas tree on December 4th. Well into December, 4 days into December, she's accepting it. They paraded up in front of the White House. That doesn't even mean it wasn't even decorated yet. So it took a few more days to decorate it. So we're going into the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, where they actually unveiled the Christmas decorations. That was Nancy Reagan in 1985. Barbara Bush, December 6th of 1989, she was accepting it 6 days into December, and of course the Christmas decorations weren't even up yet. She was just accepting the tree. This year, Melania Trump accepted it a few days before Thanksgiving. Dr. Biden did the same thing, and used to be the day after Thanksgiving, but now it's creeped earlier. So that's just, it's the White House. It's an interesting, it seems far away from East Aurora, but it's an interesting symbol of the creep of Christmas into earlier November. A simple ceremony of accepting the White House Christmas tree is now creeping into November, and it's symbolic of everything extending. And why is this happening? Well, some people are blaming commercialism, and that since World War II, there's been a lot, the shipments of Christmas gifts and things are much more global. And so you do see that, but a lot of it too, I think, is media, social media. We all want to get a head start of things, and it's not just Christmas. Think of how much earlier we're celebrating Halloween just here in East Aurora. And Valentine's Day, even. As soon as Christmas is done, we're on to Valentine's Day. Yeah, and you see back to school things in the stores. I think we just feel like we're behind schedule more, and stores and online selling, advertising. They're trying to take advantage of that. But I think it's a lot us that we're feeling that we are behind schedule when we're probably really not. So if you feel like this week that you're a little behind schedule, maybe you don't have your tree up yet, maybe you don't have your decorations up yet, the Christmas cards aren't written out yet, don't panic, because our forefathers and mothers, just even 60, 70 years ago, would have been just starting to plan out their Christmas, and the Christmas tree wouldn't have been up until the week of Christmas. So you are not behind when it comes, historically speaking, you are right on schedule. So if you feel that Christmas panic like I did this week, don't worry. Historically speaking, you are right on schedule, so don't fear. Just a little history about the creep of Christmas into November, October even, and yes, it is a real thing. The historic evidence supports what we're feeling, so if you want to celebrate history a little bit, take a little extra time. Don't worry about the deadline of getting things done early. Sometimes Christmas is not until December 25th, so you have a little time left. Again, thank you for joining me. I'm on the Roycroft campus in celebration of the festivities that are going on here and the history of the first electrified Christmas tree. I wrote about it in the Easter Advertiser. If you want to look it up on their webpage, it's still available to read. As always, thank you for keeping history alive. Thank you for supporting my book project. I really appreciate that. And they're still for sale. I'm going to be at Vidler's. You can go on robertlowellgowler.com to find ways to buy it. We're getting close to Christmas. I just said don't panic, but we are getting close if you want to have it shipped. So check it out, robertlowellgowler.com. As always, thank you for joining me. If you have any ideas for topics for these discussions or for my book projects, I am working on a book about Christmas in East Aurora, so we'll perhaps see that next year. But if you have any ideas, pop them in the comments or send me a private message, as you always do. Thank you so much for supporting this project and my book project and everything I do. I really appreciate it. Until next time, Merry Christmas and take care.